last weekend, which was quite interesting. We actually had 5 people come down to our office for some personalized writing tuition and feedback, which was it was good. It was really nice to see some human faces. See, I can't see any of you, by the way. I'm just staring at a video camera. But yeah, that's cool. Okay, all right, we're live on YouTube. Those numbers seem to be ticking up. That's cool. And let's have a quick look here. Nice. Okay, severe and 41 there. Numbers seem to be pretty low. All right, cool. Let's just cut to the chase and get started without any further preamble. Hello, everybody. My name is Jay. I'm one of the expert IELTS teachers here at E2 Language. What we're going to do in this live class is we're going to focus on IELTS reading. This is both for general and academic. We're going to focus on the specific task called sentence completion. If you haven't seen the other IELTS reading videos we've done and you're on YouTube right now, click up here or up here. I forget where it is. But there's lots of other ones. Or if you just want to go to the platform, e2language.com, there's lots and lots of practice materials for you to do, because it's one thing to learn the methods and it's another thing entirely to actually practice. And if you want to crack this test and get a 7, 7.5 or an 8, you need to practice. The other thing is, if you're on YouTube right now, click the subscribe button down there. Rock and roll. So this is task type number 8, sentence completion. Let me explain this task to you. This is kind of what it will look like on test day, right? Of course, you're going to have this separate reading textbook here. But what you're going to have here are a set of instructions. You're going to have the questions. You can see it's sentence completion because there is a big gap at the end of the sentence, or the sentence may have a gap in the middle of the sentence. You need to complete it quite simply. First thing you should do is read the instructions, because it tells you how many words and or numbers you can use. And it says choose no more than 2 words from the text. So you're not creating any words. You're taking words directly from the text and inserting them into those gaps, right? But this says 2 words. So we could have 1 word like car, or you could have 2 words like red car. You cannot have 3. You cannot use a number. I'll talk about numbers in a second. So you can see the question here. Von Frisch discovered the difference between dance types by changing the position of the something or other. Just let me change the color of my pen here. Just bear with me. I didn't think it was black. I want red. Red's nice. So what you need to do is you need to identify a key word in the question, right? Difference, dance types, something like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to scan read the text and you're going to find that keyword in the text, right? Wherever it is. Then you're going to read very carefully and you're going to think very critically about what word or words will fit in here. There's a few clues that you can get from here. For example, the article the, which means what type of word can possibly fit in this gap here. The, it has to be a noun, or it could also be a plural noun. Could be noun or nouns. Same thing here. In fact, all of these are going to ask you for a noun. So there's information you can gather from the question as to which word or type of word that you can actually select for the gap. But the key thing is to keep that keyword or keywords in your mind while you read. How you do this, or the analogy that you should think about, is like this. You've lost your phone. Okay, you've lost your phone. You're in your house, you have to go to work, and you think, where's my phone? 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 You go into your bedroom, where's my phone? Where's my phone? You're looking under clothes, you're looking near the computer, where's my phone? Where's my phone? It's the same thing here when you're searching for keywords. You're keeping the keywords like difference between dance types, difference between dance types, difference between dance types. And you're looking in here for those keywords, difference between dance. Ah, there it is. Okay, I think I've found it. Then you read more specifically. Okay, so that's how you read here. Okay, this is how the answer sheet will work. So remember, you can write 1 or 2 words. So here's one with 2 words, here's one with 1 word. Be very careful about grammar. It may have to be a plural noun, for example. Here's 30 seconds, 2 words. You cannot write 30 seconds with a number. Remember, it said no numbers. It just said 2 words. So sometimes IELTS will trick you like that. Rock and roll, let's do it. I'm only going to give you 3 questions. It'll take you 3 minutes. I want you to try very hard. Let's do the first one. It's only question 1. Please do question 1. You have 60 seconds to answer question 1. Whoopsie. There you go. No. Let's start again. 60 seconds starts now. Okay. Cool. Let's continue on. Let's do question 2 and question 3. You have 2 minutes starting now. Okay. Oakley dokley. Before I do that, I just want to show you something rather interesting. Let me just refresh this. Hold on. Okay, that's not off to a good start. What's going on here? Just bear with me for a second. That's spinning. That's spinning. What's going on? All right, no problem. Sorry. Let's get back to it. Let's have a look at the answers. I'm sorry about that little interruption there. Okay, let's go through the answers here. So, number one, Von Frisch discovered the difference between dance types by changing the position of the what. Okay, this is a difficult question because you're like, what's the context? What are you talking about? This is out of context. This is because what happens in the IELTS, right? You'll have one passage of text and it'll make sense from the beginning. It's like a big story about dancing bees or whatever. And the first part of the passage will have some multiple choice questions associated with it. And the second part of the passage will have some true, false, not given. And the third part will have some sentence completion. So we're sort of down at the third part of the text. And this is why it feels like it's a little bit confusing. But let's push on because we can still do this nevertheless. So difference between dance types. In the text, it says, on a hunch, he started gradually moving the feeding dish further and further away and noticed as he did so that the dances of the returning scout bees also started changing. Von Frisch discovered the difference between dance types by changing the position of the what. Well, what are the key words here? We have, actually, this is a key word here is position, because here we have moving, changing the position or gradually moving, and we have our key word there, which is feeding dish. For number one. Very good. If you got feeding dish, you are officially an IELTS legend. Number two, the dance outside the hive points in the direction of the what? Well, the text says, and depending on where they danced, let's read the question again. The dance outside the hive points in the direction of the what? And depending on where they dance, the straight portion of the waggle dance would point in different directions. The outside dance was fairly easy to decode. The straight portion of the dance pointed directly to the food source. So the bees would merely have to decode the distance message and fly off in that direction to find their food. The dance outside the hive points in the direction of the food or food source. Both are correct. Number three, the angle of the dance from the vertical shows the angle of the food from what? This is a crazy question. The angle of the dance from the vertical shows the angle of the food from the something. We know we're looking for a noun. Let's just read the passage. When inside the hive, the dancer cannot use the sun, so she uses gravity instead. The direction of the sun is represented by the top of the hive wall. If she runs straight up, this means that the feeding place is in the same direction as the sun. However, if, for example, the feeding place is 40 degrees to the left of the sun, then the dancer would run 40 degrees to the left of the vertical line. Number three, the angle of the dance from the vertical shows the angle of the food from the what? Hopefully you had the word S-U-N. Sun is the answer there. So on your answer sheet, you should have feeding dish, food or food source, and the word sun. How many did you get? Pop them into the chat. Did you do brilliantly, or are you in need of some serious help? If you're struggling with your IELTS test in any which way, I want you to go to this website here. Go to www.e2language.com. You can sign up for free. There's lots of practice materials. If you're feeling like you really need additional help, you can upgrade your account. You can take tutorials with ex-IELTS examiners. You can get feedback on your writing. There is heaps more practice materials, including mock tests. There's lots and lots and lots here, including lots of methods, by the way. All of the methods in one place. Overview lessons, you name it, we've got it. So if you do need some help, you know where to go. You can stop studying from books for the IELTS, which would be cool. Okay, that's enough for me. I'm going to stick around and answer some questions. If you have some questions about the IELTS, or if you just like some questions on life in general, I probably can't answer those, but I'm happy to answer questions on IELTS. So let's have a look. That's looking good. Okay, interesting. For those of you in the Zoom, you can pop them into the chat there. Something's going on in the Zoom chat though. I'm sorry. I think there's an issue. Okay, I'm sorry, people in Zoom, but there's an issue with the chat. I don't know why I can't view it. Oh, now it's correct. All right, I'll answer some questions on YouTube. All right, let me go back. So, are the daily class timing, what are the daily live class times? For those of you who are paid members on e2language.com, the live classes are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and currently Friday as well. So we do academic writing task 1, general writing task 1, reading tonight, tomorrow's writing task 2, and Friday is listening/speaking. Now, for those of you who are paid members, I'm going to create some new registration links for the next 3 months. So you'll have to re-register for the live classes. I'll put a notification in the dashboard so you can do that. So check back tomorrow for that. Jay, in the online test, will they give me 10 minutes in the listening to transfer the answers? No, it's done. For those of you living in Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, you can actually do an online IELTS test, which I highly recommend, by the way. It's much superior, far superior to the paper-based test. No, there's no transfer time. You just put your answers directly in the into the computer. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Jay, will you do live practice like this for the OET? Yes, we do, but just once a week. Jay, how do I get a band 9 from a 7 in general training? You basically can't make any errors at all, especially in writing. Reading's possible, listening's possible, speaking's possible. Writing is, I took this IELTS test 4 times because I was trying to get a 9 in writing, as well as the other skills, which I got, but I couldn't get a 9 in writing. So on the 4th attempt, I got 8.5, and then I quit. Make what you will of that. It's tough. Jay, can you please suggest an IELTS speaking app where I can practice and evaluate myself? Not really. E2 language is the best in terms of overview, methodologies, practice. We give you feedback from the ex-IELTS examiners. Salman Shazad, which method is better for IELTS reading? Active reading using the method or skimming and scanning? Okay. If you haven't taken the IELTS before, the good thing is the order of the questions, all 40 questions, 30 questions, 40, I can't remember, I think it's 40, follows the same order as the text. So at the top of the text, you're going to find question 1, the answer to question 1. A little bit down, you'll find question 2. A little bit down, you'll find question 3. So you sort of work through reading the question, scanning, finding the part, reading carefully, answering the question, moving on and down like that. So it's quite intuitive. It's beautifully, I've got to say, this is a weird thing to say, it's a beautiful test if you're a weird testing sort of person. Jay, I signed into your website. However, I was unable to find reading materials there. Well, I don't know why. Click on IELTS course, click on reading. There's general and there's academic and there's heaps. So you might have to have another look. Oh, maybe you're signing as a free member. Obviously, there's a paid package. If you pay for the budget, it will all open and unlock so you get full access to everything. Okay, maybe that's your issue. Jay, can you please answer my question? In reading tests, I have a problem in choosing false or not given, and mostly I do it wrong. Please give me some tips about it. I just suggest you watch the video on true, false, not given on YouTube, or go into the platform, watch it there, and do some practice. I'll give you a quick tip with that one. The difference between false and not given, okay? It's false if it contradicts what is said in the statement. So the statement says Jay has a red car. The passage says Jay has a black car. They're clearly contradictory. One says it's red, one says it's black. It's false, right? Not given says Jay has a red car, and here it says Jay owns a lovely car. It doesn't mention the color. So there's nothing contradictory there, but the information is just lacking. It's absent. So therefore it'd be not given. That's the simple explanation. Eminem says love from India. Thank you, Eminem. I like that. I like that. Sorry, I'm just searching for questions here. Jay, which one is easier between the PTE and IELTS? Well, if you're doing IELTS, let's just say you're doing IELTS academic and PTE academic. They're both English, obviously they're both English exams, academic English exams, which means the level of vocabulary will be much more abstract and arcane and a little bit mysterious and odd and rarer. So the readings will be more challenging. The listenings will be more challenging. The big difference is that IELTS is more difficult for writing. PT is more difficult for speaking. That's the take-home message between those two tests. Let me just have another look on Zoom here. Jay, I have issues with matching headings, reading task. Any strategy for these? Me too, actually. I reckon matching headings is the most difficult one because it feels... Okay, so what you want to do, you've got two options. One, you can read the heading and then you can read all 6 paragraphs, right? Or you can read the paragraph and match it to the heading. Sorry. Something just fell down in there. You've got 2 options. The best option is this. Read the paragraph, understand the paragraph, then look at the headings and go, no, 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 yes, no, 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 it must be this one, okay? Or you could read the heading and then go, which paragraph does it match? But obviously that's ridiculous because it will take a long time. Read the paragraph, understand it fully, pay close attention to the topic sentence, then go to the headings, the possible headings, and choose from there. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. I'm going to go back to YouTube Live. Jay, I have a problem with reading. How can I eradicate it? Well, it's the wrong way to look at it. It's not like you're eradicating a problem. You just don't have the skills there, right? So you're actually building something that's not there rather than eradicating something. So vocabulary is obviously critical, wide vocabulary, strategies like skim reading, speed reading, scan reading, all these different sorts of deep reading as well. Also understanding the methodologies of each task type. The E2 language, if there's one thing we do extremely well, it's creating methodologies for how to answer these question types, how to go about answering them, breaking it down. Once you sort of understand what you have to do and how to do it, that's what we teach you on E2 language. That's really helpful because the IELTS reading test is very confusing, I must say. You look at some questions and you just think, what the hell am I supposed to do? It's like one part here, and then it's like matching features and matching sentence endings. And it's like, whoa, crazy stuff. Okay, Jay, if I take the online IELTS, do I still have to speak with the examiner face to face? Yes, that doesn't change. So listening, reading, and writing is done on the computer, but the speaking's done still with the person face to face. Jay, are we penalized for writing more than 250 words in the essay? No, the opposite. You're penalized for not writing up to 250 words. You can write 500 words if you want, but of course you can't because you don't have enough time. So you just need to aim for above 250. That's all, above 250, and 150 for your task 1. Jay, I've got listening, reading, and writing on Saturday, this Saturday. Please give me some advice. Get a good night's sleep and eat a calorie-dense breakfast, like a fatty breakfast, like eat eggs and, well, yeah, an omelette. Drink coffee if you're good with coffee. If coffee makes you nervous, avoid coffee. Jay, with the computer-based test, can we take notes? Do they give us paper for taking notes? Yes, they do. Yes, they do, and you can. Sarab, Jay, I'm very poor in reading. I got 5.5, but I need 7. What method can you tell me to improve? I don't think that's a method issue. Maybe partially a method issue. It's probably more like a lack of vocabulary issue or a lack of grammar comprehension issue. I think it's a fundamental skill issue, not a methodology issue. Jay, how to manage the time for reading? Please advise. Yeah, okay. Okay, so you need to balance efficiency with accuracy, right? So you need to be fast, but you need to be right. And to be honest, the best way to do that is to do some practice tests. Get a feel for how fast you are. If you're slow, you'll need to speed up because it's probably better to, or some questions like matching headings take ages, whereas multiple choice, short answer, they're quick. So if you feel like you're running out of time, have a look at the next set of questions, and it might be short answer question. Maybe you leave the matching headings and go to short answer and try to do those, then come back to matching headings and maybe run out of time there. It might be better. Yeah, I agree. Matching headings is really hard. Lots of people are having problems with it. Jay, is there any difference between taking, excuse me, taking the test with IDP or the British Council? No, it's the same test. It's created by Cambridge University. It's the same. Jay, how can I improve my speaking fluency? That's a nice question. I believe reading aloud is an excellent way to do that. Reading aloud. Especially if you can listen to a lecture and it has a transcript of a native English speaker, and you can sort of follow the same intonation and speech patterns that the lecturer makes, usually, except for some. Reading aloud is excellent. Just practice reading aloud. Just read aloud. When you're reading the newspaper, reading your phone, just start to actually move your lips and your mouth. Start to make those sounds. This is a good one. Jay, I feel like reading is a big monster that breaks you in IELTS. These tests are full on. They are full on. But I tell you what feels good is killing monsters. Once you kill a monster, it's a nice feeling to kill a monster. Maybe not to, I don't know if you can kill monsters. Maybe you can subdue monsters. You can make monsters your friends. Maybe that's how you should look at it. Jay, compared to academic reading, how difficult is general reading? General reading is significantly less challenging than academic reading. Yeah. So if you can take IELTS general instead of IELTS academic, definitely do that. Yeah. And the writing task 1 is simpler as well. Cool. Jay, the assessments in E2 language, the writing assessments and the speaking assessments, which are submitted to the expert teachers for feedback, are they timed? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right, a few more questions, then I'm going to eat my dinner. Okay, this question I don't know the answer to, which is with IDP and British Council, which examiners mark your writing more easily? Or I don't know, and it's probably the same, to be honest. Yeah, listening's a doozy. Listening's hard. The big thing in listening, I find, is just maintaining concentration. It's very easy to get distracted in the test and to think about something else. What am I going to have for lunch? Can't wait till this test finishes. What are my brothers doing now? Is he watching the Football World Cup? Oh, I'd love to watch the World. Whoa, I've just missed like 3 questions in listening. So you need to be careful about that. All right, guys, I'm probably going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for coming along. I appreciate it. I hope it was helpful. I hope you all beat the monster of the IELTS and turn the monster into your friend and move on. And this can be some sort of interesting memory for you. In the meantime, I think you should practice. I think you should practice with good practice materials. I don't think you should take this test without good preparation. It's a serious thing. Yeah, I won't say any more than that. If you're on YouTube, click the subscribe button down there. Otherwise, I'll see you guys soon.